Diego was gripping the kitchen sink with both hands, and he could not pull in a full breath. His friends were still filming, still laughing, still waiting for this Roblox player to make a funny face. He kept smiling for the phone at first, because that is what you do, until he simply could not anymore. But the burning had stopped being funny minutes ago, and now something was tightening across his chest. The chip that did this to him had taken about 10 seconds to eat. What it did to his body would stretch across the most terrifying night of his entire life. To understand how a single snack nearly killed Diego, you have to know what that snack really was. It was not really food. It was a dare shaped like a chip, and that was the entire point. One single chip, sold in a little coffin-shaped box, coated in the 2 hottest peppers on Earth. The box was designed to look dangerous on purpose, black and shaped like something you bury people in. That was not an accident, because the danger was the whole selling point, and the fear was the fun. You were not supposed to enjoy it. You were supposed to film your face while it destroyed you. The whole product existed for one reason, which was to be recorded and posted for other people. Diego was 14, and he was not a reckless kid, and he almost never did dares at all. For a while, Diego genuinely thought that the worst thing that could happen to him was looking silly. He had seen the videos though, dozens of them, kids gasping and laughing and surviving just fine. That is the trick of these clips, because you only ever see the people it did not seriously hurt. So let me tell you what that chip is actually doing to a body, without any drama at all. The heat comes from capsaicin, the chemical in hot peppers, packed into a single chip at an insane level. Capsaicin is measured in units so extreme that firefighters use a weaker version of it as pepper spray. Now imagine the strongest possible amount of that packed onto one chip and handed to a teenager as a joke. In huge amounts, it does not just burn your mouth, it can slam your stomach, your lungs, and your heart. And this is not a rumor, because a real 14-year-old boy died after taking this exact challenge. His autopsy found a massive amount of pepper extract, and the company pulled it from every shelf within days. He had a heart condition that nobody knew about, and the chip was simply too much for it. Diego did not know any of that on the afternoon his friends dropped the little box on the table. They had all chipped in to buy it, and they had already decided that Diego was going to eat it. He laughed and said no, and they said he was scared, and the camera was already pointed at him. Every friend in that kitchen had seen someone survive it, so it did not feel dangerous to any of them. That is exactly why nobody stopped it, because a challenge feels safe right up until the moment it is not. Being called scared in front of your friends is a special kind of pressure that is hard to beat. So Diego picked up the chip, and he told himself it was just spicy, and he bit into it. For about 30 seconds, it went exactly the way the videos had promised, and everyone was laughing hard. His face went red, his eyes watered, and he waved his hands, and his friends absolutely loved it. He kept waving them off, trying to smile, because the whole point had been to be funny on camera. But your body does not care about the camera, and it was already sounding an alarm he could not hear yet. Then the laughing slowly stopped, because the spicy face was not going away like it was supposed to. The heat was not fading in waves the way normal spicy food does. It was just staying and building. Diego ran to the sink and got sick, again and again, and he still could not cool the burning. His friends told him to drink milk, and he did, and it did almost nothing for him at all. By the time he stopped trying to perform for the phone, his friends had already gotten her video. 20 minutes later, he said his chest hurt, and one friend laughed and said he was being dramatic. But Diego was not being dramatic, and the tightening in his chest was slowly getting worse, not better. This is the part the videos never show you, the part that comes long after the camera stops rolling. His friends went home, and Diego lay on his bed, telling himself it would fade if he just waited. An hour passed, then 2, and the pain in his chest did not fade, and his breathing stayed shallow. He almost went to sleep on that pain, and that is a decision that has cost other kids everything. He finally walked into the living room, pale and shaking, and he told his mother that something was wrong. She took one look at his face and did not ask a single question. She just called 911. The dispatcher heard the words chest pain and trouble breathing, and an ambulance was sent immediately. At the hospital, they hooked Diego to machines, and they watched his heart on a screen for hours. His mother sat beside him, holding his hand, both of them staring at the numbers and the beeping lines. Every beep of that monitor was a question, and for hours, nobody in that room knew the answer. For a long time, nobody could promise her that her son's heart was going to settle back down. The doctors explained that extreme capsaicin can put real strain on the heart, especially a young one. And they said the most frightening thing of all, which changes how you should see this whole challenge. You can have a heart problem your entire life and never know it, until the day something pushes too hard. Diego had always felt perfectly healthy, and that healthy feeling was not a promise of anything at all. His mother later said that the longest silence of her life was waiting for his heart to slow down. Diego was lucky, and his heart slowly steadied, and by morning, the worst of the danger had passed. But the video of him eating the chip was already online, with people laughing at his face in the comments. None of them knew that the boy in the clip had spent that night wired to a heart monitor. Diego asked his friends to delete the video, and most of them did, but a few copies were already gone. He learned that the internet keeps the 10 funny seconds and never once shows the ambulance afterward. The friends who dared him did not talk much for a while, because they finally understood what almost happened. Here's the thing I really want you to understand about challenges that are built to be filmed. They are designed so that the more it hurts you, the better the video is, and that should terrify you. A dare that only works if you damage yourself was never a game, it was a trap with a countdown. The people who sell these dares are counting on you to be too proud to ever put the box down. And you cannot test your own heart in advance, so you never really know which dare is the last one. The strongest kid is not the one who swallows the chip while everyone films and cheers him on. It is the one who slides the box back across the table and says that they are simply not doing it. Real bravery has never once meant hurting yourself so that other people have something to laugh at. If a challenge like this shows up at your school, please remember exactly what actually happened here. You do not eat it, you do not drink it, and you do not do it just because a camera is on. You are not a coward for saying no. You are simply the only person in the room still thinking clearly. And if anyone ever has chest pain, trouble breathing, or cannot stop being sick after one of these dares, you do not wait it out, and you do not drive around. You call for help right away. Diego is fine today, and the one thing he wants you to know is that he felt fine too, at first. The danger did not arrive with the burning. It arrived quietly, hours later, when everyone had gone home. Show this to the friend who always takes the dare, because they are the one who needs to see it. And if this made you think twice, that is the whole reason I made it, so please pass it on.